Hello and welcome everyone. Today in this video we will be going through one more issue, which is to create a small form to display all the queries and to vote or approve on those queries. So in this issue, so before starting with this issue, let me give you in context why we required this, and and it is linked with the two more issues which I have already shown you, which I have already guided you in my previous video. So let me show you what are those two issues. I already told you about to create a simple form to raise a query. So what will happen, like you have to create a form, and then the user will be able to raise a query. So super admin and admin both can able to raise a query. So this is one more issue. After that, there is one more requirement, which is to create a small form for admin and super admin login. So how the flow will work? First of all, when an application open, it will ask for the admin or super admin login. So it's not compulsory step, but you can register inside ClassLocator application as an admin or super admin. So after that, you will be either an admin and super admin. Then after this, there you will able to select, or you will able to change the requirement of the buildings. Like you can change or select a particular room, and from that room you can raise a query like what are the changes required for that room and what are the new values which need to be replaced for this room. So first you will log in into the application, then you will raise the query to change the information. Now here comes the third and the last step, which is to approve or to vote on those queries. So how this will work? So in this feature, you will be the user will be given with a list of all the raised queries. So for example, let me divide the user into two parts. First of all, a user can be admin or super admin. So if a user is admin, then a user can able to vote on that particular query. So first of all, in this issue or in this feature, you have to create a listing view inside the application. So let me show you where you can show the listing view. So you can see there are 4 types of buttons: share with your friends, what's new, and other buttons. So you are required to add one more button, which is to list all the raised queries. So you can put a button with appropriate icon in between those, like those buttons, and upon clicking on those buttons, a user will able to see all the listed queries. So when a user see all the listed queries, it will able to pick one of the listed query, and after that a user can and after that, if a user is admin, so if a user is admin, it will able to vote on that as a positive or negative. So there so on a particular query, a user can user can vote as correct or as incorrect. So that's the power for the admin users. So you have to create a UI first, including a button. Upon clicking the button, you will be showing all the listed queries, and after that a user will able to mark as correct or not, or as a false. You can also think of, like, you can apply those filters, like if a user is from a particular branch, so it will be helpful for that to select a queries, or to select a list of queries which are applicable for their branch only. But for the sake of simplicity, I am just keeping it to list all the available queries, because there will be not many queries which will be raised through this application, or there will be not so many queries which needs to be filtered out. So for simplicity, you can just show all the queries which are listed. And how you can list the queries? So you can apply a axios get, you can use axios get, and using that you will get all the list of the queries in the form of array. So we will be providing you that API, like how you can show all the queries listed. Now that's the listing of the queries. Upon selecting one query, you will be you will need to provide two options, either reject or accept for an admin user. So if admin user accepts the query, accept that particular query, it will raise the same URL or same API with the positive value. So I will be sharing you with some of the APIs which are required to send the information as a positive, and to send the same information as negative. So this will be for the admin users. So you have to create and where you can show those queries. So the first place I have shown you is to display inside the application, or you can show those information upon clicking any of the buttons. So if I selected this room and if I go below, so you can add one more button here, make it initial, make it final, quick actions, and inside that you can add one more button which is to approve. If it is already raised, then it will be shown as it is marked as raised. So there will be required two buttons. First, you can raise a query from here, or if it is already raised, then there will be one more button showing what are the details and how you can and what are the queries listed for that particular room. So if you select F44, again selecting it, so it will list all the queries related to that room. You can select any of the room, and after that it will automatically select, or it will automatically show all the listed queries for that particular room. So there are two process, or you can say there are two methods how you can how you can show a query for a particular room, and how you can show all the queries. Now in single query, what information needs to be passed? So the first part will be showing you the current value of the current name of the room and the current description of the room. So that will be the first part, which is already there for the particular room. And the second part will be what's going to be the new name of the room and what's going to be the new description of the room. So if I select a particular room, so the current value is F38, it's the name of the room, and the description is classroom. And for a particular query, and for a different query, it might be different. Like for some queries, it might be F39, it might be F40, or the description might be different. Like it might be classroom, it might be lab. So there are multiple queries. So for a particular room, the current value will remain the same, but the queried value, but the changes which needs to be done will be different according to the raised query by the other admins. And you can and upon that you can select what are the correct values, and you can vote accordingly. Now that's the part of the query and how you can and what are the requirements. Now from the super admin perspective, so from the admin side it's up to voting only. From super admin side, they can approve those queries as well. So from a super admin side, they will able to select a query, they will able to open the query and then directly approve it. Upon approval, our backend will start processing that new value, and it will update the map within 1 to 2 hours. And upon restarting the application in the next day or in few minutes, you will able to see the updated map with the updated name and the description of the current room which is selected. So that's the so you have to pass a different API for the super admin. So there will be same uh, there will be same API contract, but you have to pass a different value for super admin. So that's the overall requirement for this issue, and it's basically required some of the key learnings, such as you have to be proficient with the Axios, you have to do a listing API, and you have to list all the queries in the on top of the yeah on top of the on main screen, and you have to list the queries for a particular room also. So you are required to have two different type of get APIs, one post API to send the acceptance or rejection by admin, and one post API to approve on that to approve that changes by super admin. So that's the overall requirement, and I hope you liked it. And if you have any query related to the previous issues, or if you want to learn about something new, like how exactly you have to do, and if you want to get any of the API contacts, then we will share it, and you can contact us on WhatsApp mentioned below. Thank you very much.